So one of the questions that I ask in the exercise is, if you were to live your life to the fullest, what would be true? And the reason I ask that question in that way is because it really helps to quickly reveal to yourself what is currently happening or not happening in your life or work scenario that aligns with your greatest possible level of fulfillment. Mm-hmm. So when you ask yourself, if I were to be living life to the fullest, this would be true. Let's think of an example of something that you might say.
Any clients that you've taken through this exercise, maybe give us, without naming names, of course, maybe give us an example.
Right, yes. So I had a client who I was working with several months ago that she is still a full-time employee, and she knows that there's a business bubbling up inside of her, and she is just so excited about it. But she has a lot of passions and a lot of interests. So one of the things that we discussed to help her, I kind of narrowed down some potential areas to focus on for her business is, what is it that she's truly passionate about, and what is it that that if she were to add in her life or have more of would help her feel the greatest level of fulfillment. And one of the things was that she said she absolutely has to spend more time out in nature. And she, which doesn't really align very well with the desk job that she's had, exactly. Where she's kind of chained to her desk, so to speak, for hours at a time. So we really worked to clarify, well, what would that look like? So if she was really fulfilled and having the sense that she was really fully living her life, for her, she said she would be outdoors a lot more. Yeah. She would be taking moments throughout the day to get outside on purpose. So
and it's so interesting to me, Sarah, because obviously these questions are simple. They're meant to be simple so you can really reflect and go within. But how many women don't take the time to ever even allow themselves to dream in this way? We're so in our day-to-day, there's so much going on around us as women, especially. We're saying yes to everything, we're carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders, and just truly sitting down and allowing yourself to really go within and say, what could be, what do I want my life to look like?
Yeah, and Felina, you hit a really powerful, important point that I think that you all definitely hopefully are taking to heart, because as women there is a tendency to not pause to have thinking time, and specifically thinking and reflection time about, hey, what do I want for my life, and is this it? Is this aligning with what I want? Yeah. I have had a lot of current female entrepreneur clients who have an existing business that I'm coaching to grow their business. And I've had moments where I realized in the conversation that they've never sat down and asked themselves certain questions to even uncover, certain, business building strategies for their business, and they might have been in business for a few years. So
I see that a lot too, where we start to kind of rush into things and maybe don't take the time to really think through certain aspects. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because it is important, and there's so many resources to be able to do that, but it speaks to what we're talking about, which is slow down, take a deep breath, reflect, give yourself that opportunity to really breathe and think.
Yes, definitely. So the idea is, by doing the exercises and asking yourself those questions, that you have more insight and direction, and benefit from taking that time to really hear yourself speak, whether it's from your mind, heart, or both.
Perfect. I love it. These exercises of igniting your passion, you have put together a really awesome visual. I'm a super visual person, so I love Venn diagrams and charts and graphs. So talk about that tool.
Sure. So after the Ignite Your Passion exercises, one of the tools that I include and that I developed a few years ago is called the Fab 4 formula. And the idea behind the Fab 4 formula is really that we have an opportunity to be in the sweet spot of our business. Whether you're newer in your business or you're established, there's really 4 key areas that you want to make sure that you have in place and that you're, on an ongoing basis looking at to make sure that you have those 4 areas in your scenario, in what you're doing on a regular basis. So the 4 areas are head, heart, habits, and hub. And each one of those is significant. And if just one of them is missing, you're definitely not positioning yourself to be in what I call the sweet spot of your business. So the concept of being in the sweet spot of your business is really around the idea of when you have those 4 areas, head, heart, habits, and hub, in play in your scenario, you're going to be feeling that you're in the sweet spot of your business. And what that means is that you're most focused, most fulfilled, and most financially successful. So, for example, we're talking about passion, right? Finding your passion, revealing your passion, recognizing it, and really integrating that into your business. So the idea is with head, heart, habits, and hub, if you're looking at heart, that's really where passion lies, okay? So if you are not fully bringing your heart, your passion to your business, you're really going to feel that that's missing. And that's really going to actually hold you back from the best possible or the greatest possible results as well as impact that you can make. And so, if you're looking to strengthen your heart in your business, one of the things you want to look at is for more opportunities to integrate what you're passionate about into your business, even if it doesn't immediately seem relevant. So for example, I know some people are passionate about wine. They like drinking wine. So maybe
I'll figure out a way to make a business out of that someday. Don't worry.
So maybe, right? So maybe there's a fun way to incorporate wine into how you do your business. Maybe you have events.
I think I've already done that.
Exactly. Like you have plenty
Monday night, we had our happy hour.
Exactly. So at first, it may not seem obvious that something that you're passionate about makes sense. It may not be central to your business, but it's a great way to have more fun in your business and feel more passionate. And that comes through in your clients or potential clients really can feel that when you're having fun and you're passionate.
So true. Love it.
Yeah. So my intent when I wrote these questions is for you to really sit down somewhere where you can focus and really think and reflect on these questions, because really the questions are not necessarily easy to answer for yourself sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I do this with a glass of wine, P.S.
Exactly. So whatever your favorite beverage is, whether it's wine, whether it's coffee, whatever time of day it might be when you're reading the questions, definitely get comfortable and sit yourself at a table that's comfortable where you have your special beverage with you, you have a pen or pencil, and you have the questions in front of you, and hopefully you've set aside some time for yourself. So hopefully there's not a lot of distractions in the room that you're in. And once you've gotten settled, I would say to really allow yourself to respond honestly as you're asking yourself these questions. There really is no right or wrong answer to the questions.
Yeah.
Really, there really isn't. And so definitely be as honest as possible with yourself. Another common scenario that I see with a lot of clients and women who come to my workshops is they're passionate about what they're doing. They're passionate about their clients and the people that they serve and want to serve, and they're passionate about the work that they do. But one of the things that I see missing is they don't really have their head in the game, so to speak, to the extent that they really need to make their greatest impact and to be in the sweet spot of their business. So that's a really common scenario where a woman is very passionate about what she's doing and wants so much to work with you and help you, but when it comes to having her head in the game, one of the things that's missing is maybe she hasn't developed some concrete goals or action steps to reach her goals,
or pricing strategy,
or really being specific with her direction. And so that is where, if you feel like you're in that situation, a great step that you could take is to really get clear on, what is my overall direction? At least start with that. What is my overall direction that I want to go in my business? And then begin to put some concrete goals in place and write those down so that you can balance all that passion and inspiration and creativity with some specific direction and action steps, because that's where we really make our biggest impact.
Yep, where they all come together in the sweet spot.
Yes.
Which I love. Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate your time, and so excited to have you as an amazing contributor to our book.
Thank you.